up, lovers? How are you doing today? So I'm going to be testing out the lightest shade in the new Flower Beauty Light Illusion foundation. It just looks like this. I was able to find it at my local Walmart. I believe they have it on Ulta.com too. And I believe it was only released a few weeks ago, so I was excited about it just because I felt like there was some hype. Like I saw like people waiting for it to come on Ulta's website because it kept saying coming soon, like for like a whole 2 months it felt like. So I just wanted to test this out, and I love a good satin foundation because I do have dry skin. I think it's really funny that on the bottle they describe it as a luminous makeup nude skin feel instead of just calling it a foundation, which that's what it is. And it does say that it's all day wear, broad spectrum, SPF 18. So what that means is that it's great. You can use it in the sun and not get sunburnt, but you're gonna have flashbacks. So definitely would be wary of wearing this foundation if you know that there's gonna be flash photography involved in your day. Give you guys some quick information on the foundation. There is 12 shades, not the worst I've seen at the drugstore, but definitely not the best. They can definitely do better. And it retails for $13.99 on Ulta. I believe it was $11.99 at Walmart if I'm correct, but Ulta you can get like $3.50 off coupons and whatnot, so it ends up balancing out. The size is 1 fluid ounce, which is pretty average for the market. And then under details, here is how they describe it. Flower Beauty's Light Illusion Liquid Foundation is the perfect veil of buildable coverage. Light Illusion is a breakthrough foundation that achieves the impossible, provides you with the coverage you desire to smooth and perfect while imparting your skin with the most flattering, soft luminosity imaginable, all with a weightless nude skin feel. What does a nude skin feel mean? Like, what does that feel like? I don't know. Imperfections and uneven skin tone are diminished. Only a flawless, smooth, and incredibly natural complexion is revealed, available in 12 skin perfecting shades. So those are pretty high claims they're making. They're saying it's full coverage, that it's going to make your skin luminous, and then it's going to make it smooth and take away any imperfections. I'm going to say, even though I have a demo, you can see all my thoughts. I do agree that it looks super smooth. I think it looks luminous, but I don't think that it is full coverage. The longer I'm seeing it on my skin, I would say maybe medium coverage, but definitely not full. So really quickly for shade reference, I'm going to insert a clip in natural light of the Flower Beauty foundation in comparison with a few other foundations that I have. So this first foundation is the Light Illusion from Flower Beauty in the shade L1. Next to that is the Flower Beauty About Face foundation, which I believe they discontinued, but that's the shade LF1. Next to that is the BH Cosmetics Naturally Flawless foundation in the shade 201, which this is my most ideal foundation shade. Next to that is the L'Oreal True Match Lumi in W1 to W2. Next to that is the Fenty Beauty foundation in the shade 100. And then last but not least is the Tarte Rainforest The Sea foundation in the shade Porcelain. So if you want to see how this foundation applies and how it wears throughout the day, then just keep watching. So before I apply foundation, I'm going to go into my Glossier Priming Moisturizer Rich. This is just my go-to primer. It's super hydrating, and if you forget, like, I don't like putting moisturizer on in the morning and then like having to wait to let it soak in, like when I'm gonna do my makeup early. So I feel like this is a really good like mix, like combo product where you do get that moisturizer, but you also get a nice little primer for your foundation, and it soaks in super quick too. So I love this. So to apply the foundation today on half of my face, I'm going to be using my Beauty Blender, which is damp. You could just use any wet sponge that you have, and then I'm going to use my Sigma F80 on the other side just to compare a brush and a sponge. I'm just going to take one pump for now. Okay, color looks a little dark. Hopefully this does not oxidize at all. I am going to show you guys natural lighting during my wear test for the day, because obviously like I'm using a ring light and sometimes I feel like that definitely throws the color off. That looks actually super beautiful on the skin, like very glowy. So as far as coverage goes, I'm going to go ahead and say this is about light coverage, maybe medium. I'm sure you could build it up a little bit, but I'm happy with the way it looks now. I can still see my freckles peeking through really well. I really love the way that it looks on this side. I think it's like a very natural, like satin type of foundation. So we're gonna go ahead, do another pump. So I would say that the sponge and the brush side actually look super similar. The sponge might be just a touch more glowy, but I feel like it basically used the same amount of product. It didn't soak anything up or anything like that, so I think that either method works just fine. I think it looks beautiful on both sides. Super glowy. However, I will say I'm already noticing that it's sinking right into my smile lines. Like, I smile too much and I just already have lines there. And I'm like blending it out and it does not want to come out of those lines, which most foundations end up sinking there for me, but normally it takes a little while. It doesn't happen right away, like as soon as I apply. So overall the color is a little bit dark. I feel like when I'm wearing something like this that kind of covers a lot, like it's not as noticeable, but if I was wearing something that was like a lower tank top or something off the shoulder or something, then like it's obvious how white I am. So I don't think I'd be able to pull this foundation off without adding in a white mixer. Go ahead and finish up the rest of my makeup really quickly. I'm going to use a little bit of concealer, and the places where I'm going to put the concealer is just under my eyes, a tiny bit on my nose because I've got a red mark there covering that little acne spot there, and right there, and that's all the extra coverage I'm going to add. And then I'm going to go ahead and set it with the RCMA No Color Powder just under my eyes and just very slightly on the spots that I concealed. I just realized I forgot to tell you guys the time when I finished my foundation, but we'll just go with this time. It is now 7:32. My makeup is done. I didn't use any setting spray just because I feel like, well, for one, I don't have it with me. I forgot it upstairs, but also I feel like my foundation looks really, really good, and my blush and my highlighter, it all looks super smooth, so I don't even feel the need to go in with something to make it like more refreshed because it doesn't look powdery or anything at all. So far I'm liking the foundation. I think it looks really pretty. I wish it was just a little lighter, but I love the finish of it. I just live for a good glowy foundation. So I'm gonna zoom you guys in so you can really see how it's looking. So I'll be back to check in a little while. So I just wanted to show you guys really quickly what the foundation looks like in natural light. I can really keep my eyes open because the snow is so bright in front of me, but there's what it looks like. I think it's definitely a touch too dark. Okay guys, so it is now 12:01. I've had the foundation on for 4.5 hours. Really, I'm impressed. I think that it looks beautiful on the skin. Like, it just looks super glowy, like just a perfect satin finish. I just love how it like really looks like it's blurring everything. Like, my skin just looks super, super soft. The only problem area I'm having is my smile lines, the little lines on my lips. Like, I feel like, or above my lips, not on my lips, but I feel like this foundation is just sinking into those. And like, even though I'm sitting here doing this with a beauty blender, like, it's not making a difference. So I feel like this foundation probably isn't the best choice if you have mature skin. If you have wrinkles or anything like that. Took some selfies on my phone and my skin looked super blurred, no face tune needed, so I always appreciate that. And I think that's all I have to say. I'm going to zoom you guys in so you can see it up close after 4.5 hours. Okay guys, so it is now 4:48. I've been wearing this foundation for 9.5 hours, which I think is a pretty good wear time to test it out. I think that overall it looks really pretty still. I think it looks nice. It's very soft on the skin. The only complaint that I have at this point is that if I do get super up close to my mirror and like really like look at my face, I can see that certain parts are starting to get dry. My nose is definitely the main problem. It looks like it's starting to break down a little bit there, but I mean, for 9.5 hours I'm super impressed. My major complaint that sticks is that the foundation is a little bit too dark. I don't know how much I'll be wearing it on its own. I'll definitely have to mix it in with a white mixer or mix it in with other foundations. So I'm gonna do some foundation cocktails, kind of mix up a few things, see how it works out, and I can update you guys in the future. But for now, if you do have a shade in the foundation range, I definitely recommend trying it out, especially if you have dry to normal skin. I'm not sure how it would work for oily skin, but super pretty. So I'm sad that the finish is so beautiful, but I feel like I don't reach for foundations as much when I know I have to do a little extra work, when I have to mix them in with other things, or when I have to like mix in a white mixer and make sure that the shade is perfect. It's just so much easier to just have one bottle, one shade, and call it a day. So that's my major gripe. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully it was helpful. If you guys haven't subscribed already, I would really appreciate if you click that little subscribe button, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.